Welcome to this new video in which we will see how the famous IDNR4 pattern works. Before we start, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any video and like it. It would help me a lot. The name of this pattern stands for the longer definition inside day narrow range 4, where the number 4 stands for the number of days analyzed. To identify this pattern, you will have to look for an inside candle and one that has the smallest size, range, compared to the last 4 days. The strategy is very simple. We will have an entry pattern, which in this case will be IDNR4, and a simple exit after a certain number of bars. In our case, the conentry variable will be our entry pattern. Once true, I can enter the market. I tested this simple strategy on the respective futures: NASDAQ, gold, soybeans, euro, crude oil, Bitcoin, using 60-minute and daily time frames for each. The only value I went to optimize in the strategy is the number of bars for the market exit. These were the results obtained. NASDAQ, both time frames very positive results. Of good Q, the 60-minute time frame gold. A bullish trend can be seen but with uncertain phases. Soybean, decent 60-minute results. Daily bad euro, negative 60 minutes. Fairly positive multi-day crude oil, definitely bad Bitcoin, interesting daily. From this simple study, I went on to create the strategies called Venom. Based on the IDNR4 pattern, I produced as many as 11 strategies in October 2022, based on different time frames and different instruments. It has been more than a year since I wrote them. Now we are going to see their out-of-sample results with my Strategy Pro analysis software. From the comparator, we see how the strategies on the S&P 500 naturally performed better with more than $200,000 in profits, but also with higher drawdowns. We also see from the chart how it turns out to be better performing, but also more volatile. In particular, strategies on indices we see grouped in the upper right, while those on currencies and metals in the lower left. The ratio of net profit to max drawdown is very useful here. We then note how in the last out-of-sample period, some of the strategies had high drawdowns, particularly on euro and gold. This will affect our portfolio results. As mentioned earlier, some systems in out-of-sample had a drastic drop in performance. This is the portfolio result with all systems, and you can see how the max drawdown was reached just in out-of-sample with peaks of $50,000. In general, we notice a sharp change in the equity line as soon as the out-of-sample period begins in October 2022. This is a symptom of overfitting for some systems that will later have to be discarded. Going into the details of the systems, we note how the bandwagon was driven by systems on S&P 500, while systems on euro or crude oil had a significant drop in performance. We also note a good trend between long and short positions. This increases diversification and robustness. From the correlation in the one-year resample mode, we see how many systems are highly correlated or decorrelated with each other. This is not good for our portfolio, certainly, but we see how also there is almost no correlation between currencies and agricultural. The situation changes in rolling mode, to me the most significant one. Here we see that the correlation drops significantly, except for a few periods when it increases and then falls back down. This is mostly due to market conditions and how the systems react to it. The net profit allocation of our strategies is clear. The systems on indices still win, but the distribution between long and short trades is almost even. We see how the maximum active strategies per day have been as many as 7. This also results in an average locked-in margin in the account of $38,000 with whole contracts. To recap, this famous pattern can give us a lot of satisfaction, especially when used in a well-diversified portfolio. Never stop at appearances and keep poking around every corner. If you liked this video, please like and share. Also, if you would like a discount for our Strategy Pro tool, please do not hesitate to contact us.